In Afghanistan, security is tight in Kabul after militants launched a suicide attack on an election commission office. At least 9 people, 2 police, 2 civilians, and 5 assailants were killed in the shootout. The Taliban, which have vowed to disrupt the April 5th presidential election, have claimed responsibility for the attack. In Pakistan's Mohman tribal district, local residents took to the streets to protest a number of detentions by Pakistani security forces. The protesters accused the paramilitary Frontier Corps of arbitrarily arresting civilians and detaining them for months without informing relatives. Human rights activists say hundreds of people are being held by Pakistani security agencies at undisclosed locations across the country. In Armenia's capital, dozens of environmental activists rallied against what they denounced as unbridled mining in the country. The protest began outside a hotel hosting a conference on mining organized by the Armenian government and the World Bank. U.S., German, and British diplomats were in attendance. The demonstrators made their way into the venue, waving banners and daring Armenian ministers to drink water from contaminated rivers. In Russia, the Moscow City Court upheld the sentence for Mikhail Kosenko, who's been found guilty of assaulting a police officer during anti-government protests on Moscow's Bolotnaya Square 2 years ago. Kosenko, who is recognized as mentally disabled, was sentenced to compulsory psychiatric treatment last year. Amnesty International has declared Kosenko a prisoner of conscience. In Kyrgyzstan's capital, women's rights activists held a peace march against violence and discrimination. The protesters went to the government building before delivering a letter to parliament. The rally sought to draw attention to attacks against women, including the practice of bride kidnapping, and to denounce ethnic and religious hatred in the country. In Georgia, a conference devoted to local ecological security took place in Tbilisi. Both governmental and non-governmental organizations attended the event. The discussion focused on combating Tbilisi's ecological problems, including air pollution, and on encouraging environmental-friendly architecture and waste disposal. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.